checking if the actual stream is working.
Hmm.
I hate it so much.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
D Don't have to tell me twice. Alright, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
And you can be heard. Great. Cool, we can start.
W.
W indeed, my friend. W indeed. Hello and welcome to this latest installment of NXT. I'm your host as always, Scott Silver. To the right of me is the Mr. Man himself, Jace Gold. And off the back of an amazing pay-per-view of In Your House, we have the new NXT champion, AJ Styles, accompanied to the ring by the OC.
The following contest is a six-man tag team match. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 723 pounds, Carl Anderson, AJ Styles, and Luke Gallows, the OC.
As I said, the newly crowned NXT champion AJ Styles, along with the unsuccessful OC that were very, very unfortunate in their attempts of taking the tag team belts off of Gargano and Ciampa DIY. But now they all stand as a united front around their leader, AJ Styles. What kind of sight are you seeing? Because you saw this group in New Japan way back when in Bullet Club days. So how does it feel them being reunited here?
It's a pretty cool sight to see them back together, of course, not under the Bullet Club moniker, but it's still cool to see these group of guys back together in the ring together because they put on some classic matches when they were in New Japan, so to hope bring some of that to NXT.
Yes, I absolutely agree. But now,
Representing the Judgment Day, from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 190 pounds, Finn Balor.
and this is actually an interesting point, Finn Balor actually walking to the ring alone, even though in this 3-on-3, this six-man tag team matchup, he will be tagging with his fellow Judgment Day members of Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. It's a very interesting sight to see, the fact that Finn believes that he should be making his entrance tonight alone. Very
It is
interesting.
very an odd sight to see of a faction coming out alone willingly.
Yes, indeed. As we saw other night in Your House, Finn Balor unsuccessful in capturing the North American Championship from LA Knight, who, might I remind you, actually has a current matchup here tonight versus the Australian icon known as Grayson Waller. So I bet that Finn is very, very distraught about that.
I'm sure he is, and I wouldn't blame him one bit.
And I was actually about to mention, on the subject of New Japan and the team of Bullet Club, Finn Balor was the one who brought in Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson into that faction back in New Japan when he was known as Prince Devitt. So maybe he has some pent up aggression against them tonight as well. Now, the powerhouse of Judgment Day, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest.
Representing the Judgment Day, from New York, weighing in at 249 pounds, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest just only slightly got onto good terms again with Finn Balor after their tag team attempt versing Cody Rhodes and LA Knight came up unsuccessful, but he at least is on talking terms with Finn Balor, unlike the third man in this contest representing Judgment Day. And a lot of people may be wondering, where is Rhea Ripley? It's because she has a match later on versing the cage fighter Shayna Baszler. All members of Judgment Day having some kind of spotlight put on them. But right now, this 3-on-3 tag team match could either go one way or the other. It could go absolutely perfectly, or it can blow up in smoke. Speaking of which, this man,
California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Superstar.
Dominic Mysterio, on a very, 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 very hot losing streak at the minute during the NXT, losing as such as against LA Knight on multiple occasions, but now possibly he can find some new light in this new competition versing AJ Styles and the rest of the OC. What are your takes on this matchup from the three on one team and the three from the other?
Well, I mean, even if, Priest and Balor are back on talking terms, that doesn't mean they're cool with each other and they're good. They're just on a talking level. And even the third member of this team isn't on talking terms with the other two. I mean, I don't know how you expect you to get a cohesive victory when there's no chemistry because none of you are talking to each other. None of you are cool with each other because there's infighting. I don't understand what they expect to accomplish with this match.
That is very true. Finn Balor starting it off for the Judgment Day. Carl Anderson starting it off for the OC. This match is officially underway. And Finn Balor, Pele kick straight to Anderson. Anderson stepping out of the way. Both of these two, bestest of friends in New Japan. The Machine Gun was the first member openly recruited by Finn Balor in New Japan for Bullet Club, both of them facing off against one another. And that neck breaker going for a pin very early on too. A kick out at one. Not to mention that also Gallows, Anderson and Balor teamed up a few times in WWE as well, as Anderson immediately goes to cut out Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio, but caught with a forearm from Balor. Sling Blade as well, and a drop kick to boot. Going for a pin, and a kick out at one. This has been a very fast, early on matchup, a lot of reversals, a lot of shifts in momentum. But now, the new NXT champion comes into fray. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, these two have had quite the history, but a sling blade from Balor. Tagging in Damian. This could possibly mean that Finn may think he's too good for AJ. I think that gives it off. What do you think?
I think it might feel that he's just a little too for him, not a lack of respect in a way.
Yes. We also want to remind the viewers that in the next 2 weeks there will be multiple battle royals determining the 6 men that will be competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and how that will work. And we will remind you when the matches take place is that it will be a normal scheduled 10-man battle royal. The final 3 participants in the Rumble will go on to Money in the Bank. But those 3 won't end the Rumble. That will personally be for bragging rights. Damian Priest going for the other big men in this match. Count of 5. Both men back into the ring. The referee now knocked out due to the forearm from AJ Styles. Damian Priest then sent over the top rope. And AJ showing that he can eliminate people from a fake Royal Rumble as well. Dominic distracting AJ long enough for Damian Priest to get back into the ring. The power of Damian can't easily be slept on. Both members of the OC trying to get AJ to tag them, but Damian sees that coming. Discus clothesline now busting the NXT champion open.
And AJ in a bad way here pretty early in this match.
That is true. Damian Priest definitely trying to use his raw power to wear down the NXT champion, to show his leader, to show Finn Balor that he has what it takes to put down such a big threat. Both of them ignoring Dominic Mysterio.
And maybe wanting that same opportunity to prove himself, but he's just not getting it because they're not tagging him in. That's what I'm talking about. They're not showing any cohesive chemistry. Balor into the roll-up.
Kick out one. Yes, I think you're absolutely right on that front. And as you saw, the second that Finn got tagged in, he was able to get into a very sticky situation with Finn being absolutely striked multiple times from AJ. So maybe possibly not tagging in Dominic would be hurting Judgment Day, but I don't think he cares at this point.
I think it's just gotten to the point where Baylor and Priest have very little respect, but it looks like Balor is going to give him his opportunity here. And we'll see if he can prove himself. The AJ with the early reversal.
But I don't think Dominic's little light will be on much longer, as now Carl Anderson tagged in once again, throwing Dominic up and over. Strike straight to the skull of the son of Rey Mysterio. And what a spine buster. And an elbow to boot. Going for the pin. And you can see that both Finn and Damian both got into the ring because they didn't believe Dominic's ability as a kick out at one with the roll up. Dominic tagging in Finn. And the cutter from Carl Anderson. And Dominic trying to break it up, trying to show that he is useful for Judgment Day. However, I think Carl Anderson may be making light work of these. As now he tags in the big man, Luke Gallows. Now attacking Dominic. Planting his back on the apron. But now being met by the other big man, Damian Priest. What the hell? What the hell? Jesus Christ! Straight onto the pavement on the outside of the ring. Damian could possibly hold him there. He is not the legal man in this matchup. On my TV. Apparently there was a little shift tag. Now Damian Priest trying to clean house of the OC. I think Luke Gallows has realized that he was wasting his time outside. Now back into the ring. He has no one to tag to. He needs to think about doing something else. And now, while this is happening, let me take this time and announce that also Jace Gold here has a match tonight.
Indeed I do.
But I don't know who it's against.
I think
I mean, you're hoping it's against the one man that you were fighting Jai Phillips to gain the win rights to, which is Lane Rogers.
Right. I've been wanting that match with Rogers for a minute now, so hopefully I'm finally getting that match. I feel like I've earned it at this point in the show's history. I think there's no reason why I shouldn't have it, but management keeps giving me matches and telling me who I'm facing, but I'm not going to say no to it.
Yes, you're absolutely right. And now Luke Gallows looking to put Dominic away for good, but Finn's there to break up the pin. A kick straight to the skull of Finn Balor, however, sends him down and out of the ring, but Damian Priest now up there has to have some, at least a little bit of help. OC definitely looking more collected than Judgment Day. Choke slam to Dominic. And now Dominic showing some athleticism. And now Dominic trying to get something going for Judgment Day, but AJ Styles maybe looking to put this away right now.
But Dom getting the hot tag just in time, dials him for the calf crusher.
Calf crusher, could this be it? But no, Finn is there to stop him. Codebreaker. Mind you, he's not a legal man. Now the OC getting involved. Damian Priest able to shake their attack off, and a springboard forearm from the big man. Clothesline to the back. Damian Priest. A stunner to Finn, sending him outside, but south of heaven. And a breakup from Carl Anderson, making it almost worthless, that south of heaven. But it is a devastating move, so let's see if AJ can get back from all of this punishment. And it seems like he found an opening. But now going after Dominic. Blocking the clothesline from Priest. DDT. Kick out at one. When it comes to a six-man tag team match, you really need to find that perfect opening to finish it all off. And another south of heaven. He could very much find that opening right here. However, Carl Anderson, the absolute lifesaver of the OC, there again. AJ definitely needs to think about tagging out here. He's taken two souths of heavens.
Maybe AJ feeling a little too confident, maybe a little too much pride now that he's the champion to tag out. Maybe a mistake here, but it looks like he will tag out, in fact.
To the man who's been saving his ass almost this entire match. Carl Anderson with a drop kick to Damian, stopping him from tagging out. And the fact that Dominic was the only person to put his hand out trying to get that hot tag and not Finn. South of heaven again. Damian Priest going on an absolute murder spree. Luke Gallows stopping him dead in his tracks. Slam straight to the skull of Carl Anderson. And another south of heaven. He has given two souths of heavens to both Carl Anderson and Finn Balor. He is definitely trying to show his strengths in this matchup. Finn coming up a little bit short, neck breaker to boot. Tagging it out to the big man. Sling blade. Taking out Anderson. But Gallows now sending him into the ropes. Drop down. And a slam. Jesus Christ. These guys have been dominant. And now, slam straight to Dominic, and I bet everyone in the crowd is happy to see him get the punishment that he needs. Now, the champion, AJ Styles, tagged in once again. Putting some more damage onto Mysterio. He's possibly looking for a not calf crusher, phenomenal forearm, but AJ knew that Finn Balor was out on that apron, so he couldn't get a good opportunity to put that out. But now he may have the opportunity he needs. Phenomenal forearm, but no, Dominic steps out of the way and quickly tags in Priest. It seems that the Judgment Day has put more pain onto the OC, but that doesn't mean that they'll get that match, that victory. What are your thoughts on this bout now that we're practically halfway through it?
Well, looking at things, it looks like Don's put up a much better performance than people probably expected going into it, just because at this point he's considered the weak link. He's considered the guy who's got the most heat on now, but as far as he can drive and he's going to make the smart tag when he needs to. And AJ's been showing some amazing resilience with the South of Heavens and coming there again to save Anderson from tapping out. It's a very even match. It's hard to got the advantage here from my group.
Yes, I agree on that front. And something that's really fun to point out is that we haven't seen a single coup de grace yet from Finn Balor. So maybe he might be saving it for that opportune moment. Now, Luke Gallows, the big man, now busted open. Damian Priest now tagged in with the double team. Finn is nowhere to be seen. Damian now targeting the bleeding skull. Carl Anderson gets the save once more. And now Finn's back up on the apron. Some places have 20-minute time limits. We have 30 minutes for our tag team matches. Finn looking pretty good, but Carl Anderson now tagged in. But his momentum quickly stopped by the Prince. And another spinning neckbreaker. Tagging in Damian Priest. He's once again ignoring Dominic.
Which at this point is just not the smart move, because Dom is probably one of the luckiest guys you got right now. And he's been putting on a much better showing than people expected from him. He's probably a guy you should have at this point in the match to at least get some more damage done, but he's just ignoring him.
Yes, that's also true. Not to mention that Dominic has dodged and avoided 2 phenomenal forearms, as now Damian Priest's submission and Dominic breaking up the pinfall, being sent to the outside. What is AJ thinking of doing? Finn there. Not stopping with a crossbody. With the pin. And a kick out at 2. Finn looking on unimpressed. Finn maybe looking on, maybe watching this entire match crumble as he may be putting it away, but he doesn't. Styles Clash came unsuccessful, but now calf crusher to Finn. Immediately lets it go, knowing that he's not the legal man. Putting some damage on Damian Priest and tagging in Carl Anderson. And there it is. That could have been it. The cutter from Anderson.
Quickly broken up by Baylor.
Yes, but now top rope. But broken up Finn, throwing him back in. Balor has to be given a warning for that. Goes on to Dominic, sending him to the outside. One less person to worry about. However, Carl Anderson into the ropes, comes up a little bit unsuccessful, and more pain and suffering to Damian Priest. Tags in the champion. I was going to say, what a match for AJ Styles. It's his first match competing as NXT champion.
He's putting on a great show for the fans in attendance here tonight, showing us why he should be champion. But he's got to not just focus on putting on a good show, but he's got to focus on not losing his first match as champion, but broken up.
Yes, another South of Heaven to AJ Styles. Quickly being able to get back up. Clothesline to the back of the skull of Dominic. DDT as well. Yeah, not only is this a really good outing for AJ Styles as the new NXT champion, but this is also another proof to show how good his connection with the OC is after not being with them for so long.
I mean, when you have the matches that you do and you have the battles that you do, especially in a company like New Japan, that's the type of chemistry, the type of camaraderie you need to have to survive. Not just survive, but be successful like they were in New Japan. Is something that's not easily let go of or forgotten. So it doesn't surprise me that they come out here like the way they are.
Agreed. Carl Anderson now blood at the skull. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, the legal men. You can see in the bottom of your corner. You can also see Luke Gallows now wailing. AJ dropping Finn almost on his neck. And he may be looking to finish it here. However, reversal of the Styles Clash, roll-up pin. And stopped by Luke. DDT from Finn. Sending him over to the OC corner, but Finn just able to get out of harm's way. Possibly trying to do the same thing, but AJ saw that coming. What is he planning to do here? Dropping him on his neck. Jesus Christ. And now, rolling it in to the calf crusher. The calf crusher submission. But Dominic able to get his leader out of the way. Arm drag. Try to go for Inzaguri. I don't think he's done with him yet. throwing him outside and maybe looking for a nice switch. Carl Anderson. And a neck breaker. Damian Priest able to break it up at the count of 1. But that won't stop Carl Anderson from putting in some more pain and suffering. Now Finn busted open. Almost every single member of this match now busted open the skull. The cutter from Anderson, but broken up by Damian Priest. Finn now looking to eliminate him from the equation. Sending him into the corner, now tagging in Luke Gallows. And the big boot. Dominic tried to help. Damian from the outside trying to help with AJ Styles. Going for the pin on... And he gets it! Dominic paused. Dominic paused before trying to help Finn. I'm not the only one who saw that, right?
No, I saw it too. It's a little odd to see from Dom. And he did it earlier in the match. See right here in this replay where he gets there in time, but he takes a little extra longer to save Finn from that calf crusher, and then does it again on the final pin.
There he is. Congratulations, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, the OC, in completing this match. And now I can only imagine what the Judgment Day will be saying in the locker room. Now that was an awesome match.
That was exactly the way it needed to be. Fucking
Exactly. Hell. It's so good. And now we move on to the next match on our night. The Australian megastar, Grayson Waller. The Waller effect now in full force.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller, Sydney, Australian representative here in NXT. We have a few of those now with the addition of Jai Phillips, Liam Rogers, and Gabby Rogers, respectively. But he is one from the original multicolored NXT. He was here first. And he is actually one of the men who he could have won the North American Championship from this man. He was in the qualifying match. He made it to the final 2. So now he has a chance to get some revenge on this man. LA Knight, the most popular man on the NXT roster, has held the North American Championship since day 1. And now he is wearing it to this match against a man who he had to beat to win it. It'll be a massive challenge for him in this matchup. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Gold?
I would, but I mean, you know, there's been no stopping him, and ever since he's gotten in the company, it will be interesting to see how he handles some adversity, especially with an up-and-comer like Grayson Waller.
Absolutely, and wasting no time trying to take down Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller, known for his massive amount of athleticism and striking capability, just like he is on show now. Now, Grayson with the right hand straight to the skull of LA Knight. Able to get out of harm's way. All he needs to do is do that finishing bottom rung. And that all she rose kick out at 1 for Grayson Waller. And now these two, remembering how much it took to put them away last time. Now, LA Knight, another kick out at 1. I was going to say, when you look at these two in the ring, both of them very, very prominent in the multicolor age of NXT, what do you see when both of them are in the ring?
I mean, you see a lot of that rainbow style NXT, you know, younger guys may not have established themselves. We've seen LA Knight come to establish himself very clearly in his North American title run, but Grayson has not yet come to that same level of, you know, successes that LA has had, and that's why he wants to win here tonight. But
That is true.
not everyone can be a star.
Yes, that's absolutely good words from Mr. Gold here. As now, Grayson may be in a little bit of harm's way. As I said earlier in this matchup, all it takes is one bottom rung from LA Knight, but all it takes is one Rolling Thunder Stunner from Grayson Waller, with another left hand straight to the skull of our North American champion. Both of these two very fairly back and forth. There's now a drop kick to Grayson, lifting him up, and the neck breaker. Very, very innovative man LA Knight is, especially for his age. He may be the age of a veteran, but he is still a very fresh face amongst everyone else on this roster. And now, possibly, with the Skylord Slam and a kick out at 2. He could be looking to finish it here. But no, Grayson able to break up whatever he's thinking with the DDT as well. Grayson, what is he looking at doing? Oh, he could be looking to finish it right here. The Rolling Thunder Stunner. Is that enough to put LA Knight away? And it isn't. LA Knight still in this match. Grayson, Jesus Christ, showing out some of his amazing skill and athleticism. Amazing. Now LA Knight trying to find some kind of opening, get some momentum back into this match. Now multiple kicks to the core of Grayson Waller. Now rolling out of harm's way to the outside. LA Knight now busted open. The Australian megastar now busted open in front of each and every one of us. And LA Knight not stopping. some of that aggression from LA Knight showing, and this could be it. Bottom rung. Bottom rung. And a kick out. A kick out at 2. Both of these men have used their finishing moves. I mean, what's your expert opinion on this?
I mean, we've both seen them hit their finishing maneuvers, and we've both seen them kick out. Just amazing resilience from both men, but we knew we would be getting that in this match, but just even then, amazing to see. And another bottom rung from LA Knight.
Will this be it? And it is. LA Knight once again victorious. And what the hell? What the hell is this? What the hell? LA Knight now has the table. Setting it up in the corner. What is he thinking? The match is over. He won. What is he doing? Sends Grayson into the table. Someone get some referees out here. We just turned him heel.
Yeah.
Alright, able to escort LA Knight out of here. That was something very, very brutal to watch happen. But now we have time to move on as Rhea Ripley now is set to compete in one-on-one competition. And here's something that we haven't even thought about. What is going through the mind of Rhea Ripley right now after seeing what happened in the very first match of tonight, seeing the miscommunication of her own faction, her own team that she's a part of, especially Dominic Mysterio, the man who idolizes her.
It really depends on how she wants to think of things and how, you know, she is being treated by the group, because even though she isn't women's champion, she hasn't put on a bad showing these first 7 weeks of NXT. So it's hard to put a lot of the blame for the factions, you know, sputtering out of the gate on her. But it's got to be affecting her because she's a part of this group. She's grown to have a connection with them. To see it start to fall apart a little bit might be a little troubling, even if she doesn't want to show it on the surface. She's definitely thinking about it, even if she doesn't want to admit that.
Yes, that is a very good point. And while we're talking about the NXT Women's Championships, Gabby Rogers looking on backstage because this match is to determine who will be facing her next. It is Rhea Ripley and the Cage Fighter, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler, one of the most dominant forces in the original NXT. When joining the main roster, she had a very, very good showing in that year's Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber. After that, she spiraled down, wasn't misused, and she eventually left the company to join this one. But the real question is, will she be able to take advantage of a very emotional Rhea Ripley to possibly slam her ticket down on a table to have a shot at the NXT Women's Championship? A lot of people chanting welcome home to both of these two women, NXT was their home, and these two specifically have had quite the matches over the years. But most importantly, and this is something that a lot of people don't take into account when both of these two women's names are on the same match card, and this is something that I think even myself and Mr. Gold forgot, is that Rhea Ripley was the one to take the NXT Women's Championship off of Shayna Baszler, which made her go to the main roster to put all of this into motion.
Exactly. It's an important part of the history between these two, sometimes going a little overlooked because of how Shayna kind of started to sputter and fall off on the main roster, but it's an important thing to know that these two do have some very significant history on the old NXT.
Yes, it's the Sleeper Hold versus the Riptide. The only question is, what will it take to put each of these women away? Both of them have grown exponentially since their last bout. Rhea has joined more of the dark side than she already had, and Shayna has become more of a ruthless killer in her time, as we see here going for a pin and coming up a little bit short. Let's see, because the last time they fought, it took a top rope Riptide from Rhea Ripley to put Shayna away. Let's see if that's the case tonight. Shayna working the arms, which is actually a really smart way, because without that arm strength of Rhea Ripley, she won't be able to get anyone up for that Riptide, so it's very, very good. And the knee straight to the skull of Ripley. I think you may be a little bit right, Mr. Gold, that Judgment Day drama now getting to Ripley, not letting her focus straight in this matchup.
Right, like you said, an emotional Rhea Ripley. However, Ripley does also have a reputation to be a ruthless killer with that big boot to the face. Maybe a emotional Rhea Ripley isn't who you want to face.
Christ.
Maybe those emotions making her throw all caution to the wind to get a win here tonight.
Yes, you're absolutely correct. May I like to point out that this NXT broadcast is sponsored by a short film called The Artist. Find it on Indiegogo under The Artist short film to possibly donate for an amazing short film coming up. And a slam straight to the pavement. Both these two need to think about getting back into the ring just as they do now. Count of 7. Rhea showing she might be a tad bit unfazed. However, Shayna and now Ripley slamming her straight, her skull hitting the canvas, and a kick out at 2. Ripley looking for something, but Shayna catches her. DDT. What is she looking for? And she gets it! The sleeper hold to Ripley. The sleeper hold now locked in. Will it be enough? She may be fading. She's holding on for dear life and able just to get out. That was close. A little too close for comfort, wouldn't you say so, Gold?
Much too close than what Rhea would want, but still able to fight out of it even if it was very close. And Rhea again over the top rope.
Oh my god. She has everything to fight for here in this matchup. She can taste the gold. She just needs to work for it. May I remind everyone that after this matchup is Jace Gold's match that we do not know the opponent for. And we're hoping here, fingers crossed, that it is Liam Rogers.
And that's what everyone's betting on. Everyone wants it to be.
Well, even you.
Exactly. Even I want it to be a specific man, Liam Rogers, and the fans want it. Everyone on TV wants it. So I think it should be pretty clear who will be out there tonight.
We shall see. As Shayna now taunting Ripley. Top rope. Now back into the ring, knowing it's too far. But a little spear there to Ripley. Shayna definitely has control of this matchup. And now a roll-up pin from Ripley. Gets a 2 count. But now, Shayna. The power of Shayna. And a kick out at 2 from Ripley. Shayna now getting a little bit unhinged and maybe looking for that sleeper one more time. But no, Rhea catches her and a clothesline sends her down. This could be the opportunity that Rhea's been looking for. And using her own move, using the own sleeper hold against her, but the rope break stops it from completely sinking in. How disrespectful is that to Shayna Baszler, using her own sleeper against her?
I'm just tossing her around the ring at this point. No respect whatsoever. Cover.
And also, I've just been received word that the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, will be cashing in his match opportunity against the NXT champion.
Well, Styles had a hell of a match earlier tonight, so it might be the most opportune time he'll get to cash in, and tonight might be the best opportunity he has.
That is absolutely correct. So that will be our main event for tonight after your match against your mystery opponent. But Shayna showing her power and maybe looking for one more. Jesus Christ. Shayna. The absolute disrespect that these two have for each other. Definitely on display here for everyone to see. Rhea Ripley sending Shayna into the ropes. Comes up a little bit short. Shayna getting that sleeper hold in the middle of the ring. The sleeper hold now locked in, middle of the ring, and Rhea taps. Shayna Baszler now goes on to face Gabby Rogers at some point for her NXT Women's Championship. I guess we were all right. I guess the pressure and all of what's weighing on in her world got to Rhea Ripley in the end. But now, looks like Gold has to get into the back because his match is now up next. Congratulations, Shayna Baszler. Alrighty. Chad. And now, Chad Gable now in the ring. And what the hell? Who the hell is that? Who the hell just attacked Jace Gold from behind? Some kind of guy wearing a mask. What the hell? Is Jace Gold even ready to compete? Chad Gable completely fresh. What the hell was that? Regardless, this match is now underway. Chad Gable. I was just about to say how Chad Gable, Jace Gold, they have a really good relationship. They're very good friends in the locker room. Both of them get along with their sense of work ethic and their past. But now that is all changed due to this masked attacker. I wonder who the hell that is. How the hell did they get there? That's not okay. Security must be that. Yep, I see them now. Security is just taking them away back inside, trying to figure out who the hell that is. But now this match continues. I'm sure that in our main event, when Jace Gold joins us back at the commentary desk, he'll have a lot to say about what just happened. Because I feel like at this point, we know who sent that person. We know who sent that person. Now roll-up pin from Jace. And the high knee. And the stiff right hand. Jace Gold now just absolutely relentless. And actually, when that person ran out, it gave me very big amounts of deja vu. Like, very heavy deja vu. It's like I saw that before. No idea who the hell that is, but now, rope break. Try to go for a submission. But now I'm like, who the hell was that? We need to definitely up our security, because that's not the first time this has happened. Other superstars have done this, and now some random masked guy is now doing this to some of our top stars, including Jace Gold, my commentary team member. That's not on. But wait, what the hell? Jace now caught, trying to go for a really unique move, but caught by Chad Gable. And now possibly looking to put it all away here. Looking to get a submission locked in, but not able to get it, but a strike to leg does the trick. Throwing Jace Gold around. I mean, obviously, he's very weakened from that attack DDT. A grappler, core wrestler at heart, Chad Gable. A little bit short there, but Jace able to get a hand on things. What is Jace thinking of doing now? Head straight to the turnbuckle. Now he's the one working the leg of Chad Gable. Both of these two could go for absolute hours if given the chance. And a final chapter! A final chapter straight to Chad Gable. Will it be enough to put him away and a kick out at 2? Everyone chanting fight forever. Spinning neck breaker from Chad Gable. And a German suplex. A kick from Jace gets some control back. Now. And a kick out at 2. Jace wants this match to finish and quickly due to what happened earlier in this matchup. Now, Gable trying to find some steam. Forearm, elbow, straight to Chad Gable, and now Jace. Another elbow straight to the skull of Gable. And now, looking to possibly make Gable submit. Submission now locked in, almost center of the ring. Will that be enough to put him away? It's been locked in for a while, but the power of Chad Gable able to get out of harm's way. Sending him in the corner. Not corner, the ropes, sorry. But now, a few strikes landing him straight. And the knee sends Gable down. Going for the pin to possibly finish it, put it all away now. And Jace Gold takes the victory. Congratulations, Jace Gold, on somehow overcoming everything, including that attack from earlier, to come out on top. I'm almost 100% confident that he will have something to say when he joins me back at the commentary desk for our main event. Drew McIntyre challenging for the NXT Championship. Can't wait to see what happens there.
W match.
Yay. Yay. Alright, our main event now underway. May I welcome back to the commentary desk Mr. Jace Gold.
Good to be back.
Now, do we want to talk about what happened?
I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised about it. I don't think anyone should be. I don't know why I expected Liam to actually come out here and fight me. You know, he's not the kind of guy who's gonna show up and, you know, just show up and do it like he's supposed to. He's gonna try and play mind games. He's gonna try and get inside your head, but it's clearly not working. Whoever he sent didn't do a good enough job. He should get new people.
Damn. Words better not spoken. But now, once again, congratulations for you still being able to shake off that attack and still coming out on top. We need to figure out who the hell was that attacker, and quickly.
It doesn't really matter who it was because they didn't do their job. It matters more who sent them, and I think we know who did it.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. But now I think it's time to put that in the past, and now we focus on our NXT Championship match. Drew McIntyre winning the Covenant Rumble match for a chance to face for any title of his choosing. And he picked the NXT champion. Wait, what? Wait a second. That's Braun Breaker. What the hell?
Braun Breaker, the illegitimate NXT champion.
Oh my god. I think you just opened my eyes here, Mr. Gold. He challenged for the NXT Championship, but it wasn't clear which one.
I'm shocked.
Braun
Breaker. I didn't think management would allow this. Breaker coming off a massive victory at In Your House, and now he's coming out here to defend this belt that he's been holding around the whole time, claiming to be his.
I mean, you can't claim to be a champion if you're not willing to put it on the line. But AJ Styles looking in the locker room, very either interested or pissed off that he wasn't actually challenging the true NXT champion.
Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew champion, Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker now must defend the championship he took with him when he departed from NXT Multicolor. Will Drew McIntyre have what it takes to put down the Bulldog? Let's see in our main event, McIntyre, Breaker. This match now officially underway. Breaker wasting no time getting some strikes in. I mean, as you said, we saw him come out on top against Christian Cage at In Your House. But does he have enough to take down the Scottish Warrior?
I mean, it's very ballsy to take on a championship defense on short notice after a pay-per-view win. It's a ballsy move, but he wants to prove himself as the legitimate champion. McIntyre over the top rope. Breaker feels he has something to prove with this, and Styles, like you said, is either very intrigued or very pissed off, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with this title if Breaker either loses it or even if he defends it. Really interested to see how this goes.
Yeah, I was just about to say that too, and I completely agree with you. We can't have two NXT champions on the roster. It'll be very interesting to see what becomes of both titles later down the line, despite anyone possibly losing or gaining them. McIntyre heading into the ring, waiting for Breaker to meet him there. Count of 7 almost. Power slam going for the pin. Gets to a 2 and a kick out. Breaker trying to look for something, and a German suplex, the air on that. And working the skull of McIntyre. However, McIntyre trying to find some kind of opening in the spine buster straight to Breaker. This isn't like Christian Cage. Braun Breaker has someone that can equal his strength, equal his speed, and then some in the form of the Scottish Warrior. And not to mention that Breaker is in the ring with a former WWE champion. Tried to go for a leg drop but came out unsuccessful. Jesus Christ. And now, Breaker showing the strength. Slamming McIntyre down. Going to the top rope. And straight to the spine of McIntyre. Could that be enough to put him away? And it doesn't. Kick out at 2. I say, who do you have backed here in this match?
I mean, I can't bet against McIntyre. He has the superior, experience in world title matches. He's much more rested than Breaker is. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out on top here. I have him winning, and here it comes.
Claymore kick. And a kick out. He kicked out of the Claymore. Kick up immediately in a clothesline to McIntyre. What is this power from Breaker? Spinebuster. Going for the pin. And a kick out at 2. Jesus Christ. Breaker possibly looking to end this right here and now. The power slam military spinebuster. And a kick out at 2. Kick out at 2. McIntyre is still in this match. And Breaker looking to homage Rhino ECW with a spear. But no, McIntyre got out of the way. And a big boot to boot. Literally. So much has happened in the last 2 minutes. I can't even fathom what I just saw. Slam. Breaker now rolled outside the ring. McIntyre knows he needs to get back into the ring to finish this. Goes for another suicide dive. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but what do you think is going through the mind of AJ Styles, the technically the proper NXT champion right now?
It is probably kind of a fucking with his mind a little bit, because he's backstage and he's seeing the NXT title be defended, but he's not in the match, and he's got to be wondering, like, what happens if Drew wins it? What happens if Drew loses? What happens if Breaker? Like, what? Does this make my title illegitimate? Does that make his legitimate? What's the deal with it? Brings up a lot of questions.
That is very true, and hopefully in the next few answers before Money in the Bank, that question can be answered, especially now that the Money in the Bank briefcase will be in play, but now possibly looking to make Breaker tap for the championship, but Breaker able to roll out of harm's way. What does McIntyre do now? He goes to the top rope, that's what. And the axe handle. And he may be looking for another one. Claymore kick. And your new NXT 2.0 champion, Drew McIntyre. What a match this was.
An amazing display from both sides, but just like I thought, odd of Breaker to come out here and put that title on the line, and they're going to call McIntyre the new NXT champion. We have 2 NXT champions. This legitimizes this belt. It makes it for real.
Yes, that is true. Thank you so much for tuning into this NXT broadcast. I have been Scott Silver. This has been Jace Gold, and we will see you same time, same place next week. Take care, ladies and gentlemen.